Maybe you have something that you were experiencing, or there was something in a chart that you didn't understand, or there's something that you are passionate about in human design and want to share something. Maybe you have a specific question about something in the chart or about human design. So for me, it always helps me if there is input, because when there is input, I can easily, not really respond, but I can give answers based on stimulation, so to say. Hey, Greg, welcome here. Hey, I think it's Chinese or Japanese letters. I don't know how to read it. Hey, Phoebe, welcome. So yeah, the more you ask, the more you share, the better I can share, the better I can give some, externalize something of value, universalize, share, and so on. Because I'm mostly right-oriented variables, so I really need this ping pong, so to say. So, Monica, you were the first. Let's talk about those third lines as a 6-2 post Chiron. I relate. Yeah. I mean, Monica, as a 6-2, you went through the most stuff already. You are now the fool on the hill. You're not here to make the mistakes anymore yourself. You see who makes mistakes and maybe let others make mistakes. And now it's for you to synthesize for every sixth line post Chiron. When the wound is healed, so to say, when your potential is fully there. And I mean, people still think that we are grown up and adults, and when Saturn return comes around, we still think that at 30 you should be an adult, you should be grown up, but this is not true. Actually, when you have a Chiron return that's around 50-ish, this is when you really are an adult in cosmic terms. This is where real life begins. So for you, with 6-2, perfect. This is now the time where you can go down from the roof, synthesize subjectiveness, objectiveness, optimism, pessimism, and become this example, this leader that we need in the future. We're heading into a future where role models are necessary. And I see what you do every now and then. I see something on Substack, or I see something on Instagram, Monica. You are role modeling, you make your thing. And if people want to join, they can. And if not, you don't care. Perfect. You're just an example. Julia, you ask in German. I try to translate it. What do you think about the shift that some experience that people say, you mean, okay, there's a shift that people sense that human design is a cult or sect. I mean, I looked into this. Obviously, you can always find reasons why something could be bad. Obviously, our mind can always find something bad in anything, and vice versa. But for me, if I look at it logically, it's far away from a cult or a sect or a religion, because there's nobody that you need to follow but your own, But this is hard to understand for the most people, especially nowadays with this pop culture, human design stuff that, people display themselves. And I just had it here. There's a human design book in Portuguese now was released. And this author is not specifically saying that this is just transmitted or, quoted in the most sense from Ra Uru, who was the transmitter. No, it feels a bit like she is the guru behind this, So yeah, for sure, people get this sense if there's a lot of people and say, I know what's good for you, and please come again for a session, and you need another reading. But this is people who make this. This has nothing to do with human design system. This is the same to if you would say astrology would be a cult. It's not, because you don't need to follow something. There is just some mechanical things, or um, physicists. Physicists are not gurus, but they can make something out of it because it's knowledge, and still knowledge has the illusion of having power in this world, even though it's not true. Just because you know doesn't mean you can do it. So in my experience, in my perspective, human design has nothing to do with a cult or a sect, even though there's a bearded guy that, brought it. And even though it was a mysterious um, encounter and revelation and blah, blah. But it's not about beliefs in the sense of, you should only believe what is said there. No, he actually always said again and again and again, this founder of human design, don't believe me, don't believe anything I say. You need to just try it. You can even forget about everything. He even encourage people to, forget about everything I said and just live, just try, just experiment. So, yeah, this is at least what I think about this. Monica, you said you have 10 sixth lines. Wow, that's a lot of sixth lines. Hey, Jonathan, mental projector, awesome. Yeah, welcome to this live. Hey, Abeth. Hey, who joined? Also, Daniel Kane, Peter Schmitz, Jill. Hey, Aminata. Wow, so many people. Lovely, amazing. If I forgot somebody, please. I'm sorry. It's very small here, this live thing on my phone. So let's see. Again, for all the people who just joined, for me, it's easy if we make a little ping pong. You write something, you ask something, you share something, and maybe I can tune into and give some insights or perspective of how I see it or what I can share about this. Christine, my first human design study group kept trying to make human design a religion. I left the group soon after. Yes, this can happen. But this is all power games. This is power games, and this has to do with tribal structures. This is about owning stuff, making things property. And this is not what the original system is about. It's just a revelation. It's just a mechanical thing that you need to try and error, that you need to, validate for yourself. It's not like that it will change your life because you know it. It's about experimenting, and through the experiment, you can observe if there is some validity or not, you know. Yeah, but I understand this, there's people who see it very differently. And I don't think that everybody is made for human design. And maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but it's, some people are not made for it. Maybe some people don't have the grasping of what it means. Some people don't have the patience to really dive into it. Some people, can come from a religious background and want to religify it, so to say. But it has nothing to do with you. You have your life, your trip. Mariana, what is that book in Portuguese? There's only one book on the market as far as I know. And my partner, she was interested in finding the Portuguese words for it because it's not so easy to translate it. Obviously, there's some wordings that you don't have the exact translation because I don't speak Portuguese very well. I know just some words and I can, speak baby Portuguese. But yeah, it's some tricky things, but I don't remember the name right now. But there's only one, and she really, this author really has a big representation and is on the news and on TV shows and stuff. Like it's a pretty big thing. Thank you, Monica, for the congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, 1,000 subs. Wow. I started 2 years ago, and actually, Monica, you were the one who actually initiated me into this. Hey, why don't you try this? Look at this. This is nice. I do this. This is cool. Daniel Kane, I'm a 3-5 manifesting generator. Right angle cross of the unexpected. Yeah, my partner is unexpected. So I know this incarnation cross. This is such a funny incarnation cross. The unexpected. Yeah, it's basically about the unexpected, facing the unexpected all the time, every day, every moment. Ah, hey, Ray from Taiwan. Yes, Ray. Now I remember who you are. Cool. Thanks that you're here, taking the time to watch it. Daniel, feeling no vision for myself last few years. What do you mean you feel no vision? Like you don't have a direction in life? Or you don't have an idea of what you should do? Or to find a new tribe, yeah. It depends on if you need a tribe. Do you have a defined ego, heart center? Is it defined? Do you need a tribe? Do you have tribal circuitry? Do you have tribal channels or gates? Julia, uh, cool. Thank you for your perspective. I'm curious, how do you could see the 2027 change play out in the world, especially for six lines and all the others that are not six lines? I mean, we could do a live only on 2027, but basically you already see it in the world. You see that tribal structures are deteriorating, that they break, that there is a lot of tension and stress and change and um, crisis. And you can see it in different kinds. You can see that there's issues with healthcare, that there's issues in the material world of inflation. Not everybody can afford to have the life like they had 10 years ago. You can see it with wars. You can see it in the drop of educative systems, IQ, that people get, not don't have access to education. All of these things, all of this infrastructure that was there and we think it's normal, just breaks down. And not just this, I mean, people always think, oh yeah, ego tribe 2027. Okay, there's a change in the material stuff. This only has to do with support systems. But the basic support system that we humans have is touch, sexuality, bonds, children, family, house, shelter, food. Okay, this will break away in the sense of that this will not be the same anymore. Sexuality, bonds, marriage, all of these things that are normal to us and every movie depicts it, this will fade away. And for sure, this will not be overnight. This will take years and years and years, maybe, I don't know, maybe even 100 years until it's really gone. And there will be still people who carry this, aspects of community and friendship and tribal and whatnot, all of those things. But in the general sense, in a global scale, it is not supported as before, you know. So imagine an orchestra, and they play, there's some drummer or some people who make kind of rhythm for this, with Congo and bongo and whatever, like some drums. This will change suddenly or just stop, and then the flute player and the I don't know, the instruments that are played suddenly sound different and it's not fitting anymore. It's not supported anymore, to give you an image for this. Jonathan, I was kicked out of a human design group because I was experimenting. Can happen, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of things. It's not about judging those things, I guess, because it's also part of the experiment. It's also part of everybody's unique. Some people have groups where, I mean, I have a group myself with 2,400 people on Facebook. And sometimes there's people that are just um, bringing in deconstructive things. And this maybe is correct for them and it's unique and totally fine. But I have my own uh, law for myself, my own value, my own idea of the group. And if it's too much for me, I will kick the person out. So this is never something personal. I guess this is just about the rules or the idea what the person has about the group. But yeah, if you want, you can write a bit more about what you mean with you were experimenting. Maybe there's something interesting for us to learn. Jill, hi Talis. Jill from UK here. I know who you are. Don't worry. I don't know any person any other person with the name Jill in my life so far. It's no cult. It's a powerful self-discovery tool. You initiated me, 1-3 profile, ego manifestor. I've studied 16 months now. Thank you so much for the journey you prompted me within me. I've used it with great effect in my work with others as well. Established life, performance coach, trainer, therapist. I share human design every day. Wow. Thank you so much. I mean, whatever you wrote has even more impact than me initiating you into human design. I mean, thank you so much for appreciating this and recognizing it. And I'm very glad that this could reach you and you do it, and you experiment and you are brave enough as a manifestor to give it a try, because not a lot of manifestors give it a try. Or they just don't have the resources, or they are just too broken. So I really appreciate that this happened and that we had contact. Hey, Marianne Moore, welcome to this live. Hello, Helen Frederick. Monica, you wrote no more tribes, even though I'm a manifestor 4521. I support and value individuation. Of course. I mean, I have 45 two times. I have the 44 two times. I have the 32 one time. So I have tribal aspects, but I know that the tribe is not all, There's also the individual, there's the collective. It's just a different movie, It will just be a different flavor. It's gonna be all right if you know who you are in the sense of how do you make decisions, what is reliable. I guess you're good. Daniel Kane, you said yes, no direction. So I don't know your chart, Daniel, but if it happens to be that your chi center is undefined, like white in the chart, you don't need a direction. I have a chart that is, more than half of my chart is undefined in the centers, So let me know if your chi center is defined or not defined, and maybe I can say more. Christine Mose, my reflector sister is a 1-3 unexpected. I mean, as a reflector, that's kind of nice, because unexpected also means a lot of surprises, eh? Bumping into people with a 1-3 profile, but is a third line, and you bump into a new thing, a new unexpected experience. Peter, nice that you're here. Long not heard from you. Can you say anything about the compatibility of 6-2 with a 5-1? I found it very challenging. I have a funny story, The thing about 6-2 and 5-1 is the 5 has a friction with the 6, like the 1 with the 2 and the 3 with the 4. This just has to do with this binaries, with this kind of, there's a yin and a yang. So, the 5 is yin. It needs to be yin. Otherwise, it could never seduce. Otherwise, it could never offer a universalization. It needs to be yin. But the 6 is not yin. The 6 is yang. Obviously, it has its process until it becomes this yang quality that is creative. But the 5 is here to be receptive. So this is the first issue, And obviously, the 5-1 says, oh, it's all about global things. Look, this is about this and this, we have the world, we have the city, we have the town, we have our work, and not so much about what's going on personally in the relationship. The 6-2 goes even beyond that. The 6-2 says, yeah, Earth is not enough. What about the universe? What about other species? So they are both transpersonal, but a 6-2 is just, it's not even transpersonal anymore. It's more transcendent in that sense. It's a different quality. And then obviously the first line and the second line, the first line says, I need to study to really prove something, to have foundation. And the second line is, I don't need this. I'm just talented. And the first line gets annoyed with this. Like, how can it be that you just are able to do it? And I need to study and study and study. Obviously, both deal with inferiority. Both deal with this feeling of, I don't know, I'm not enough or something. But the first line needs to deal with it by overcoming the fear, by studying, investigating. And the second line overcomes it by retreating, by being on their own, by being with themselves, by just hoping that their talent is there when it's necessary. So this can bring friction, obviously, of course. I mean, just think about this. The 5 always wants to universalize, and the 6 says, yeah, okay, do your universalization. I just do my thing, The 5 wants to give the solutions, and the 6 says, I don't even want a solution. I don't need a solution. I'm talented anyway. So it can be tricky, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible. What human design gives us is a language, mechanical language, so that we can understand, respect, and honor the other as they are. This is the ultimate, not goal, but this is the ultimate outcome of applying human design. It's not just only about you. Yes, it's, enlightened selfishness and whatnot, but I see that it can bring so much relief to relationships, especially intimate relationships or parenting relationships with the kids. It can bring so much relief and understanding and success and peace and satisfaction and surprise. I don't know any other system that can bring it in this way. For sure, there's other things, family constellation, therapy, I don't know, emotional release, breath work. There's a lot of things, but no system of the other can really give you understanding in language that you can really, it's because of this, Christine Mose, the baseline frequency, re no longer supporting the error we have been experiencing. Okay, this was about 2027, yes. Hey Ash, hey Anya, hey Robin, welcome to this live. Thank you very much for investing your time. Peter Schmidt, yes, transcendence resonates deeply. Christine, does Ashna have a defined, does Anya have a defined analysis? Lobachuk, sorry. What? Sorry, I didn't get it. Jonathan, what does juxtaposition icon represent when it's beside a gate? You mean this arrow up, this triangle up and down? As far as I know, it means that both possibilities will switch between each other more fast and frequently than without this icon. You know what I mean? So, for example, if there is no icon, in some cases, when there is a blue headline of a gate with a line, you will have a gradual fading from one to the other and sometimes back. It moves. It can be this, it can be that, but there will be a kind of movement from two. If there's no headline, it can just fade. It can be this, it can be that, because some things need to have both included. And when there is an exaltation mark, this little triangle that looks up, it means you're more fixed towards that. And if it's down, you're more fixed towards this. But if it's both, it just means it jumps, as far as I know, Peter, don't need solutions resonates also. Yeah. What to do? Maybe you just communicate it. Hey, thank you very much, but I don't need your solution capacity right now. Monica, notes changed today. No, it was yesterday, no? I guess it was yesterday. I wrote something about it. Yeah, we are in the 2247. It's my background frequency anyway, because I have it in my design notes. Can you speak about the suffering addiction of the 22nd gate? The suffering addiction, it can drag the purpose down if the environment is conditioned this way. I never heard about this before. Maybe I don't clearly understand what you mean with the suffering addiction of this 22nd gate. Maybe this comes from Gene Keys, or I don't know. I have the 22nd gate 2 times, 22-1, 22-2. It's deeply melancholic. It's individual. Deep sadness, deep creativity. It's moody. It's indecisive. I love this gate somehow, I guess because I made music 10 years or more. I did some kind of experimental rap and singing, and this was very much expressed through this. I mean, I was in an environment with a lot of manifestors, so I always had access to express things. And it helped me a lot to express those things, even though looking backward, maybe it's not correct in the sense of that I always expressed it and made so many songs and went live on stages and this and that. But it's a deeply beautiful gate. I mean, it's grace. This is really the openness. This is about the potential for the individual to become open. And this is the possibility, On the other side, the 55 is the potential. So here's the selective process. Like, okay, let's select what kind of provocation is necessary for the spirit to come out. The 22nd already knows, okay, we know what the spirit is. We know what the provocation is. We know what, if the cup is half full or half empty. And the 22nd gate is the openness to actually transfer it, to bring it to the other and just seeks for expression, right? But at the same time, openness can also mean the gate of closeness. I have many moments in my life where I'm very close and I'm not the most open person. Yes, you see me live now and I'm open and this and that. But if I would be outside somewhere, I go to, let's say, to a cafe or to the supermarket, 99% chance that I will not talk or look at you because I'm very, I'm in my own bubble, But if you talk to me, that's different. But I'm not initiating you. So has to do with this too, because, the 12 every now and then comes and there is some wisdom in the 12 to be cautious and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Very sensitive. I have my Chiron there. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. 22nd. I mean, let me check real quick. I have my beautiful card deck here. Let's see what I wrote here for the 22nd gate. First of all, I make this illustration here. Grace, openness. You can also see here the hexagram. We have the foundation of this is yang. Okay, this is yangish. A quality of behavior best suited in handling mundane and trivial situations. Obviously, this is not the behavior. This is the quality of the behavior, okay? Because behavior comes from the chi center, comes from your profile. So this is the quality. So you could say this gives the behavior a kind of color. This is the gate of strangers, the gate of listening, It's the left ear. Very funny. Whenever you have a very important call with somebody, do use your right ear. When it's logical, mechanical, dates, numbers, blah, 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 right ear. If it's something that is deep, intimate, use the left ear because you will have more depth about, and never answer. You listen to the left ear with the left ear. There's something emotional going on. Don't respond in the now and try to clear it. Take it in, sleep over it, take your time because it will echo inside of you. And then you will have more depth. This is also what this gate is about. You take it in, you go into your wave and you're feeling through, so to say, and then there will be depth. Okay. So on the other side, the mirror is the 57, right? It's the right ear. This is the intuitive insight. So this is the emotional, not insight, but the emotional perspective, so to say. The emotional potential clarity that can come. So it's also a gate of laughing and crying in the sense of sexuality. If you have this gate and you have sex with somebody, it can be that you laugh or cry. This is a typical thing. It also means that this can help you to be intimate. It can also mean that you can bring people to laugh or to cry. This is also the gate that is polite in the sense of it tells the truth in a sense with a specific frequency that usually would upset others. But, it says instead of, oh, fuck you, it says, oh, come on, fuck you. No, it says it in a quality, in a frequency that the other can take it. Openness, it opens the other. This is potentially the gate that leads to the throat with manifesting potential. It's very strong emotional energy. And it likes silence, actually. But it is also afraid of silence. It's both. Yeah. Let's see. 22 moodiness, very sensitive. I have my character. I express it in my art. Yeah, for sure you do. I mean, this gate together with the 12 and even only this gate alone, this is very artistic. Very artistic. I guess if you look at Frida Kahlo, I guess, and Amy Winehouse, I guess both of them had this channel. This is about expressing, and this can be poetry, this can be music, very expressive and individual creative. But the notes are the environment. Yes, the notes are the environment, but still they play a role in your chart, I mean, you look at my chart. My only channel, 6447. Maybe you can see this, up here in the Ajna head, 6447. It's defined through the notes, but it's still a channel. It's still a potential, because the quantum is often more than the parts you can see. Jonathan, is it possible to guide someone with the death gates? It is possible, absolutely. But the guidance is very different. Somebody with the death gates, 38, 43, 39 that you said, and even the channels, I would even say the whole channel, channel of struggle, channel of, 43, 23, 39, 55. Yes, they can be guided. But the thing is, it's about how you guide them. First of all, you can never impose something on them. It's more about, my partner, she is completely individual. And our little one, he has the 38. My brother has the 28. Friends of me have the 38, 28. I know this quality. Other, mental projector friends, they have the 43, 23. It is about the right moment. Always. It's always about the right timing, because they are here. It's not like that they're deaf in the sense of that they don't want to hear. They cannot hear when it's not the right time, because the body knows when they are open for something that necessarily can push them into a mutation. Okay? And they need to be careful with anything they take in, because they need to be aware and maintain their individuality. This is their job as a channel, okay? So if they come towards you, if a 38, 28 comes to me, and I had readings where people had this channel, and they come to me, I most of the time don't say, you have this channel, you have to do this, you should. No. I say, I experienced it like this. I saw it like that. What do you think about this? If you need questions, let me know. So I really start gentle until I feel like there is the right timing to put out something that they can actually take in. No? So yes, they can be guided. For sure. Monica, I should get one. Yeah, there's a few left. If you want one, go for it. There's also an Amazon version of it as a little book. Jill, beautiful. I like my cards. Yeah, you were one of the first ones. Monica, I also have 3955 for my art. Yeah, beautiful channel. I mean, there's very few people that have the channel that actually provoke me that I don't like it. It can happen, but most of it I really like, because they challenged my spirit And every now and then I like that these masks that you gather up and, put, and you don't even do it consciously. But every now and then I like when it's ripped off and like, wow, this is what my spirit is. This is what I feel. This is my emotional state. It can be very liberating. It can bring very much this feeling of abundance. Yes. Ray, want to say thank you for so many your creation on bodygraph.io website. Yeah. I would love that it's even better, but I don't have the time. Thank you very much for recognizing. They're all interesting and bring human design into a more vivid and joyful experience. May I ask you how to develop those works? I want to do these below, but have no coding background. Show the statistic of chart calculate on my website. Interactive mandala using bodygraph API to calculate chart, but demonstrating it in my own design mandala. As a projector, I admire all of your inspiring work. Thank you very much. So Ray, I just sat down and researched this interactive rave mandala, for example. It took me, I guess, like 1 to 2 weeks, and I used some AIs, and I called some friends, and I tried some JavaScript things and some homepage CSS stuff, and at one moment it just worked. The API that I use, it's possible that I can change the design a bit, and then the rest I do with specific CSS codes. This you can check, and you can use, I don't know, Grok, ChatGPT helps with that. It's easy, or Claude, even better. And other question? The statistic, the API that I use gathers because people put their stuff and then click on this checkbox. I made this checkbox so that I can use the data to make statistics without giving out names, obviously. So it's anonymous. And then I save all of those data in a Google Sheet. And the Google Sheet I fetch through a Google Studio. Google Studio is it displays charts. You can create charts from data. And then I set all of this up and put it as an iframe. It's like, you can use the embed code, like on YouTube videos. You take the code and you put it on your homepage. So this is not so hard. You just need to gather the data. And I have 45 two times, so I gather, So I hope that helps. And, you can always just write me and maybe we find a solution. Robin, welcome. My fiance has the 20 and 38. Pray for me. It's just very simple to know. If they struggle, do not help. If they struggle, do not help. If they struggle, do not help. This is really the mantra. Don't try to help them when they struggle. Let them struggle. Ignore that they struggle. Oh, this is annoying, and I need them. This is all. Yeah, fine. Yeah, it's not your business. Let them struggle. Let them fight. Let them look for the purpose. Let them wait for the moment of the spark, of the pulse that changes their direction. They need this. But the moment you identify with this, Robin, this is gonna hurt your immune system for sure. If you don't have anything of this channel, Jill, 2145 channel, more depth if you can, please. You have to think about the following. We usually, and I use this right now, usually we say we have 3 channels. You see, maybe I have a pen or something. You see this here. From the G up, there's 1, 2, 3 channels, right? Those are the classical or the typical leading channels, okay? But the 2145 is also a leading channel, but it is not the typical classical because it is tribe. And if you look closely, the tribe, let me get a pen real quick. This is a bit easier with a pen. If you look closely, the tribe goes here. Oh, it's also mirrored. It's so weird to do that. I can turn this, right? Yes. So look, the tribe is this here. It goes around the sacral and then up, okay? And also connects the sacral to these two awareness centers. So the thing is now, the tribe doesn't have many voices. You know, the collective has 1, the 62, 56, 35, and 16, and the 31, and the 33. Has 6 voices to express. The individual has 1, 2, 3, 4 voices to express. Still, different expressions is there. But the tribe has only 1. So the 45 carries a lot of responsibility because it's the only voice of the tribe. So it needs to be powerful. It needs to have the right form, material resources, okay? It's the gate that says, I am getting the best piece. I will need to have the best piece. So the 45 is very generous, but it wants the support, and the support is, give me the best piece. Here's my land, go hunting. The 21, by the way, is just hunting for money, you know. They hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt. And the 45 is just gathering. So this channel is not just about money. I know this channel is called Money or Money Line, but it's not just about money. Peter, sorry, Talis, I have to leave. Yeah, no problem, Peter. Have a nice weekend. Thanks for your time. So 2145 is not just about money. It's about resources, and it is ultimately about educating the tribe so the tribe can survive. It's the king, the queen. It's the tribal leader. It's the chief. You know, it has big responsibility. It's the only voice. It's a manifestor channel. It's impactful. It can be generous, but it can also be unfair in collective terms because it is tribe. And the tribe says everything that's going to harm my tribe needs to be killed or thrown out. Maybe that gives a bit more depth. Monica. 2838 rocks. I have that one too. I never give up. Such an amazing energy when there is purpose. Yes. Wow. I mean, this channel 2838, they just know for what they should not give up, what they really should be fighting for, because the 28 knows. The 28 knows what risks to take. It's an awareness. Daniel Kane, here are the basics of my chart. Type manifesting generator, aura, open enveloping, definition split, respond to life, not self-in frustration, sacral, signature, satisfaction, 3-5. You have the 46, 47, 2010, 2034, 3410. So you do have a defined chi center. I will come back to you in a moment. Jonathan, or I don't know, Jonathan? Maybe Jonathan. I like the clickable mandala. So much information simplified in one web page. Love it. Awesome that you like it. Every now and then I will upgrade it. I just recently don't have the capacity because I need to make money too at some point. But every now and then I have free time. I will update it, make new things. Thank you very much. And if you see something that could be of value to put there, let me know, you know. Christine, the chick must struggle out of the egg. Yes, exactly. We just, had eggs here, and baby chicks hatching. And one of the volunteers that are on the property said, oh, maybe we help them. And the landlord said, no, they will die. You cannot help them. And this is really true. He tried it and it doesn't work. Yeah, Jill, is your only channel, 2145. Yeah. Educate, educate, educate. Gather, hunt, do your thing. Be the money line. Be the one who brings the impact. Good. Ray. Yeah, I'm using AI to help, but still takes some efforts to develop. Yes, because you need to know what to ask and how to prompt it. And, yes, I can understand that. It takes some time. We'll keep trying and also find some coder I can reach to ask for help. Thanks again. Yes, for sure. And, you can always write me. No issue. 2145 value to some degree because it's part of the defensive circuit. Yeah, to some degree. I mean, the tribe is all about traditions and values and beliefs and principles, religion, all of this, yes. The apex of the tribal circuitry. Yeah, so to say. Yes, that is why I teach about Bitcoin and Austrian economics. Yeah, you have the 4521 for sure. You educate about money. You educate about materialism. You educate about a shift in the tribe that we need to realize before it's too late. Yeah, makes sense. Hey, Miko, nice that you're here. Robin, channel 4253. Do you have any insight to share about it? First of all, this is a channel that is, first of all, not a normal channel, This is a channel that, how can I say this? It's a channel that brings, if you have, I don't know if you have any other channels, but this channel is a format channel. Those are the two gates, by the way. Maybe I'll put it like this. It's easier to see. No, it's like this, and the chart is like this. I guess. Yes. So we have the beginnings and we have the increase, growth. You see, we start at the bottom and we end up there, happy end. So let's first look at what is the 42. The expansion of resources which maximize the development of full potential. Okay, so this expands the resources, but here is where we start. Development as a structured progression. It's a process, okay, that is both steadfast and enduring. So this gives us a lot of different knowings already. Together, it's the channel of maturation. It's balanced development. Balanced because it has a start, a middle, end. Start, middle, end. It's a cycle. This is a channel that if you have this, you have a quality inside of you that can really go through something from the beginning to the end. So, for example, what is this called? Midwife. They need to be able to do this. I mean, they cannot just go away when the woman is in pain and gives, is in labor and so on. No, they need to stay until the end. This is a quality that is enabling this. It also means that you need to have your ending. Closure, for example, is important to you. And this gate here is also a bit of a catalyst. It kicks things off in the sense of it's like an avalanche. It's like it starts things. So you are great in starting things and finishing them, and you will bring this quality wherever you go. That's also interesting to know, because that means that people will be, they want this quality in their project, because how many projects do you start and they will never end? My brother, for example, has the 42, the 53 only. Another friend of me only has the 53. And they start things and they start things and have many projects all over the place and they never finish this. But it's not their job what to do. It's not their job to finish them anyway. But you can start things, finish things. And, one of the things that can be about this, because this is so to say, the source of abstract circuitry. Okay. It's always for you to go into something. You have this heavy energy because think about this, it's root and sacral. Pressure, it's pressure, drive, and it's motorized, it's not just pressure like the head, it's pressure and motor. It's like really okay. And then you have sacral energy too. So it's working based on drive towards something that will bring an end. So this can mean you will only have a yes for things that will have an end. So if somebody says to you, "Would you like to help me to in my bar?" You will not have a yes because where is the timing? How long? Every day? For 10 years? Until I die? How long? But if the person says, "Can you help me out this weekend only in the bar from 8 to midnight?" Uh-huh. That can create a yes in you because you had the information, your body knew, there's an end. Yeah, I mean, with this channel, I would recommend that you have your own bedroom because you need ends, right? So that means an end can also be at the end of the day, when you have a partnership or you have kids or whatever, that you have your own space to retreat, find closure, find ending of what was before, to retreat and reflect on what has been. Because otherwise there's always this pressure, and that can lead to depression. Yeah. Let's go back here. My big brother, Jonathan, golden child, with 21 hunting, and my mom gathering with 45, me struggling with 38. Yeah, what to do, Evolution is funny. They say, okay, let's put this all together and let's see what happens. Hey, Miko. Ray, finding some virtual space easy to use in order to build a human design space somehow, someday. Yeah. Robin, I also have the 1156 and the 1858. Yeah, also beautiful channels. 1156, I mean, it's also abstract. 1858 is collective. On the other side, logical. Beautiful channels. I mean, 1156 people, they can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and share and share and share and ideas and blah, 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 blah. I mean, they can never stop. They can infinitely come up with ideas. That's why I tell them, you know what? Sit down, write children books, write fantasy books. I don't know, create a game, write something with this experience. Write it out instead of always talking. And the 1858, I mean, this can be a pain in the ass if it's used personally. It's impersonal. It's impersonal. I'll give you an example. Instead of saying, "Hey, this is not. You shouldn't do the tube of toothbrush. You don't squeeze it. You roll it up. Don't do it personally. Say, I guess they thought something when they created this kind of toothpaste packaging, that it's the most efficient way when rolled up. So it's more impersonal. It's a collective correction. When somebody's doing something, it's always collective. It's not you. It's about we or them or us. Okay. And obviously this channel in the bedroom, maybe if you're asked, maybe. Monica, I have the 42 too. Mars, personality hanging. I need to connect to people that begin. I love closing those cycles. Perfect. Exactly. And they need to recognize that you have this in the sense of they need to call it out. You will be highly picky. You will not use your energy for anything that needs to be close, No, it needs to be called out. And you will project something outwards for sure that they will see. Chill, you only have the 53, no 42. Yeah, what to do? It's not no problem, You just begin something, you put it to the side. Maybe you inform, "Hey, I began something new. I don't know if I finish or if I can. If you can, let me know." Maybe energy comes your way. Christine, the last 10% of any job is more difficult than the first 90%. Absolutely, yes. It's true. But for some, starting something is way harder than finishing something, you know? It really depends on your chart and your conditioning, where you work, with whom you work, you know, what did your parents, your siblings bring into? What do you think is necessary? Is you and is not you? I mean, there's so many ways. Anya, I got myself, I got myself some 53 personality. Mars and Jupiter. Wow. I mean, you really do start stuff. Hey, Mina. Nice that you're here. Robin. Wow, thank you. Those are some useful insights for me. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, maybe you know, just reflect a bit on them. Monica, Talis, this was great. So good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for your time. Have a nice weekend and, you know, great to see you soon again in another life. Let's see. Chuck, who is there? Chakisha Sen, welcome. Charlotte, welcome. Thanks for informing, Monica. Bye bye. Was it 3? I don't know what you mean with was it 3. What do you mean by was it 3? I thought it was 3. Yeah, I think there was an error in the time. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but I will continue a bit so you have something from it. So don't worry. And this is all recorded, so you will be able to watch the recording. No, it's fine. You know, I will continue a bit, so you can still ask your questions. You can bring up stuff. Don't worry, it's all good. Nothing ended yet. So, thank you. Just wanted to hear what you had to say. Oh, I need some inspiration, and then I can talk for days. Linda, thank you for the insights. Yeah, you're very much welcome. Jill, you lost sound, so you cannot hear me anymore. Check, check, 1, 2. I don't know. Anybody else has the same issue and is not able to hear me? You hear me, Daniel. Okay, good. So I guess it's fine. So anyway, now we have 31 people here. Thank you so much. I really want to say that and stress that. Thank you so much for being subscribed to the Human Design Guide on Substack. It means a lot to me. I had no idea that there will be people reading my stuff and commenting and liking and sharing it and actually, you know, digging what I write there. By the way, this is not a joint. This is just a cigarette. I just roll weird cigarettes. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope I will continue writing more. Lately, I did not write that much. Do it to some, you know, personal, excuse me, other projects. I'm studying PTL right now to refine my self-study, and then there's other projects. But every now and then, I try to make space to write more, and obviously, there is still stuff to write about, a lot. And yeah, sound is good. I can hear you well. Perfect. Thank you very much. Jill, thank you so much for lived experience. Can't hear you now though. I don't know why you cannot hear me, Jill, but you can maybe check just to close the app and come in again, enter again. Maybe it's just a technical issue. By the way, guys, is there some article that you really liked? Because I have now over 100 articles, I guess, or posts. Is there something that you said, "Oh, this stood out. This I really liked it. I really liked it. I really, read it twice, or I don't know." Because I have no idea. For sure I see what is viewed and what it gets likes, what has comments, but I don't know if this is really some numbers that I can use to validate what you people like to read. Ray, yes, I know about Human Design from Seno and Chaitanya. There's a big story, but it's not the original Human Design. They just, didn't want it to progress. They didn't want it to grow and mature. They just stopped at one moment and just said, "This is it, and everything else is bullshit." And this is not true, because every system grows. Every system needs to find more fine tuning, needs to be validated and grows. And for sure, we have type, strategy, authority, and all of those things. But I don't think that they will harm the original base of the system. They give us just different entry points, different angles and entry points. So I read the book of Zeno, this little one you can buy for a big price, actually. Well, yeah, it's basic stuff. Ah, beautiful day here. What is your favorite resource on human design? What is my favorite resource? When I started, I really liked the two books that Peter Schöber wrote. I really liked them because they had this depth. They were easy to read. They were interesting. I could feel his emotional depth and his trial and error process, because as far as I know, he's a 3/5 emotional generator. So I really liked those two books. And after this, I really like Ra, in the sense of I can take in his transmission, his frequency. I like it. For me, it's pleasant. Sometimes I fall asleep listening to him. It's like a sound therapy or something. Um, and right now, I would say that Dr. Andrea Reichel-Wolf, I also like to listen, and she has good stuff to share. Um, I like the Neutrino app, even though I have bodygraph all. I still like the Neutrino app. It's pretty good. They did a lot of things that I wish I could do, but I just don't have the resources and the coding skills to do it on bodygraph all. But yeah, my page is for free, so this is the advantage that I have, so to say. Um, what else? What resource? I read some other authors, Linda Bonnell. I read some stuff from Chetan Parkin, but this is, for me, this doesn't have the same quality. So, but this is my personal taste. Welcome back, Jonathan. Hello, Michelita. I don't know if it's correctly pronounced. I hope so. You're welcome. By the way, Miko, on my Substack, there is a book recommendation list. So if you want to check what books I can recommend, you can just go there. There's an Amazon link where I get a little bit of an affiliate fee if you were thinking about buying something. of another author, you can just go there. Otherwise, I don't know if you know, guys, but I have a new Gumroad page. I just finished it. There's all my lectures in English that I made. I guess it's like, with the Lab 64 together, it's like 20 different lectures, maybe even more. So you can find stuff there, even a music album and some PDF collections, a variety of things. You can check out my Gumroad if you like. It's learnhumandesign.gumroad.com if you want to support or just check out what I have. Thank you very much for the congratulations, Michelita. Yes, I'm very happy. I didn't expect that I reach 1,000 people in such a short time, because it's not like that I share it everywhere all the time, and I don't write every day, and I just write how I can. So I'm very happy that there's so many people touched, or I reach so many people. I mean, it's crazy if you don't see it virtually, but if I would be in a room and there would be 1,000 people who say, "Yeah, I read your things." Wow. I mean, we got to see this too, So I want all of you to know too, if you have only 33 people liking your stuff, it's 33 people took the time reading it. It's a lot of people still. It's just through this internet stuff we think, oh, it's nothing. We need 20,000 followers and 150,000 likes, and it's what the hell? No. I mean, it's not true, You transform one after the other, one by one. Jill, human design and children awareness. This is a big, big, big topic, and it's something we will talk about actually next week in the lab. We will have a child special. I like to talk about this, and I think it's super necessary. And obviously, this is not something easy, because there's so many dogmas, ideologies, practices about children and how we should treat children and what is correct and what is not correct and what will hurt them and what not. But they all forget the main point. Every child is unique. First point. Second point, every child has the right to live their own mythology. And that's not easy to guarantee as a mother or father or parent or whatever. It's because you do not know. I mean, if you know the chart, you can kind of get some insight. Okay. For example, the little one of my partner, my stepson, so to say, he has the channel 63. He also has the 1156. He also has the 1762. And he has the 1020. Okay. So he's a generator. And because he's a split, he is talking from the mind all the time. So for sure, I can ask in this moment, is it really something that you need to share right now? And then sometimes he looks and he stops. Or I can, what mostly people say, shut up, but this is not, this for sure hurts the person, because it's themselves expressing something. And obviously I learned that he cannot just, it's not a manifesting generator. It's not like, can you do this? They maybe say, but it doesn't mean they do it in the moment. They just said, and they wait for the pulse, in this moment. Okay, where's the pulse? Where's the pulse? I'm waiting. There's so many layers that can help. Dietary regimen can help a lot. What is the place for them? Environment can help to see what is their variable to support them in the educational system, like school, university, whatever, or kindergarten. To see the profile. He's a 6'2", He doesn't like to be with kids all the time. He likes to play alone. And after 2 years now, because I always again introduced him a bit to the kids of the neighbor, and I went with him to places and this and that. He kind of tried, and he felt like, okay, this is good for me. I like to play, but I need to be the leader, because he's a 21 personality son. He has this cross of, I think it was Dominion. I'm not sure. He wants to be in control. Huh? So with these kids, it works. So fine, but it will not work everywhere. So you need to teach the children at least the basics of what for them is obvious, and everybody should be, because we do the same. We think, all my life I thought everybody has this capacity to do this mental stuff. No, then not everybody can do it. Not consistently, not fixed. I hope that gives some idea. Ray. Oh, I just somehow want to try the version without type, SNA, and so on. Yeah, for sure. Wrote to Chaitanya and answered that there is no such a community of that version to join. Maybe on Facebook. Maybe on Facebook there could be. I know that. What is her name? I think her name was Lara. She makes a lot of heresy, and she goes she goes along with this original human design. There's a Facebook group called Practical Human Design. I guess they discuss those things there. So if you're interested in this, you can just go there and investigate a bit. Robin. My friends have a young daughter who has the 360, 214, and 18. Wow. At 18 months, she is already a powerhouse, both wonderful and challenging. Yes. And you know what's very interesting about kids with the 63? Sometimes overnight they make a burst, a mutation, and then they do something or look much more mature than other kids. And then after a while, other kids mature, and then they suddenly, from now to now, they look like they're behind, because they go in spurts. They go like zip, and suddenly they can speak, and zip, suddenly they can walk. But sometimes it takes months and years until this mutation comes. If somebody would come to me and say, "Oh, my child is not speaking," I would right away look for the 360. Is there this potential that, is there this aspect? And then I would look for individual circuitry and so on. Jonathan, I want to translate human design to my local language and make it accessible. Beautiful. I did this with German stuff. It's not easy. I don't think they will be interested, but I will do it anyways. Maybe someone will search it and I used to self-actualize. Yes, please. I would love to empower you with my words that you try to translate it. I don't know what your language is, maybe Hungarian or I don't know, Jonathan Hagusch. I'm not sure. Let me know what your language is. But this is so valuable because first of all, you will learn a lot by translating it. And second of all, as you said, maybe somebody stumbles upon it and it will change their life. It will give them the information they need to be well equipped for the future that we will all face in 2 years. Ray, this funny smiley. Jill, I recognize more and more how neurodiversity labeling is so damning reconditioning to little ones understanding and trusting self. But this is not just with this label. This is the whole medical labels stuff, ADD, ADHD, autism, neurodivergent, yes, it helps people to understand about themselves. Okay, I'm different. Okay, I cannot do this. This has a chemistry or some other brain related difference. It's totally fine. But the thing is, we people take everything personal. We make something out of those terms. The same happens with human design, Somebody gets diagnosed with ADHD. Oh, suddenly it's all about this. I have this, I cannot do this. And the same happens in human design. I cannot do this. I'm a projector. I will not do this because I'm a generator. Sorry, I cannot talk to you because I'm a second line. I'm very picky. We use things that are mechanically describing chemistry of the body that are just itness. We use itness science things to hide or to excuse. And this is never, in my experience, in my opinion, never the best option. I don't need to say, I'm a projector, you need to invite me. No, I can just be authentic and say, no, I don't want, I don't like, I cannot. I don't need to give an explanation. I don't need to hide behind a system. I don't need to hide behind, I have autism, I have ADD, I have ADHD, I have ODH, I'm this is just excuses. It's excuses and it is a sign of not owning your shit. But this is a very unpopular opinion. So Um, we rather like to be special and have diagnosis and hide and, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I cannot do this and I cannot do this and blah. Fine. So don't do it, but own it. Own it. If you have a diagnosis, if you have something specific, if you have a specific design aspect, whatever, just own it. Just own it. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to say, I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah. For what reason? Because you will limit yourself even more. I mean, you are already limited, limited by your body, by how you see, how you smell, how you taste, how fast you can walk, how much you can speak, which language you speak, how much you can think and how you think. And I mean, you're so limited already. And then you want to put even more limitation by giving you labels and using them as an excuse? And by the way, I still every now and then do it too. It's not about being perfect. It happens. But it's our mind. Our mind it's in Portuguese, I would say our mind is a sacana. It's a son of a gun. It really tries everything to be in charge again. It will use anything to create mental strategies all the time. It never stops. I am deconditioning 7 years now, and it's still loud. It still tries. It still tries to take advantage of moments where I feel weak, where my body is needing more time to do something or get clarity. Michelita, I want to do it in Spanish too. Yeah, please. I mean, Alucanan would be a good contact for you because Alucanan Diaz, he is teaching in Spanish since years. I mean, there's a lot of resources already. Christine, my niece is a 3-5 ego manifester with open spleen, open sacral, and open solar plex. Completely open. Thoughts. If you look at a chart and there is centers that are completely open, you can always translate it with they have no idea about this. Not idea. Not knowing what is emotions, not knowing what is energy, not knowing what is willpower. So it's not anymore only this topic of not knowing when enough is enough for the open sacral. It is also about not knowing where to put energy. What is energy? How to use energy? Where does energy come from? Where should I put my energy? So it gets more deep. It also means that there's a lot of wisdom here to be gained, to become wise about energy, to become wise about where to put energy, to become wise about who brings which energy and which energy can be put where. I love your opinion. Oh, my 17-4 really likes to hear that. Let me influence you. Uh, do you have any practical suggestions for a generator to get better in touch with sacral response? I still struggle with that. The best, easiest way is to make sacral sessions. That means you sit down with somebody, and obviously you begin this by asking them, do you have time? Are you open? Would you like to do a little experiment? Are you open for receiving some questions? Would you like to play a game? Are you ready to explore your sacral response? And the moment you sit there with this person, please one-on-one, and in the beginning, not father and son or mother and child, and not partners. The best would be the same sex, the same gender. So, for example, if you are a woman, have a friend that is also a woman, for example. And I know there's all of this differentiation nowadays, but I'm speaking about chromosomes in that sense, okay? Somebody who has a similar chemistry like you. So not the partner, not the child, because they will have a hard time really expressing what is really there because they don't want to upset you. They don't want to disappoint you. It can be tricky in the beginning. So anyway, if it's a friend of you, you sit down with them, you ask them, there's openness, okay? You sit down and you just ask questions. You just put out questions. I recorded an audio cycle session. It's like 40 minutes long or something. Um, to give an idea. So it's basically, you start simple. You say, do you like the color red? Do you prefer Italian food? Does your body like to go for a walk? Do you feel your gut response? Do you need do you need questions for finances? Do you feel loved? Do you express what you feel? It's things like this, and you go deeper and you check. Okay. For example, the other goes. You ask, would you like to have questions regards friendship? Okay. So you go there. Friendships. Okay. Do you have friends? Do you need more friends? Are you disappointed by friends? Would you like to go somewhere else to meet new friends, make new friends? Would you like to end friendship? You can ask so many things, but you figure out the topic. This is a project or business, obviously, asking the questions, but everybody can do it. And the more the generator is doing this, the more it can trust to the responses. And please, this is a very interesting thing now. Record it the best with video that the person can see their reactions of their body. Because people sometimes, you ask them, do you like the color blue? Yes. And they make this, yes. And the body says clearly no. Or they make the arms go like this, or, they get tense. But if you analyze the video, you will clearly see where the answers are. And the moment they see this, they can trust a bit more and have a bit more faith and can surrender a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. And at one point, you really are able as a generator to let yourself fall into the sacral response mechanism that is leading and guiding you through life. And you don't need to think about anything anymore forever because you don't need to. It's not necessary anymore. Because your cycle will always know what is correct for you. This is the most perfect, beautiful mechanic in human design or in humanity that is there. Oh, the cigarette always goes off. I'm talking too much. Where have you been? Jonathan. No, here. My unconscious Mars is 47.6. Vocation. Okay. This is from Gene Keys, maybe, huh? 47.6. And personality Jupiter, 64.1. With Sun, 43.6, 23.6. Will this channel help for my plan? I only have the 64.47, and I guess I'm pretty good in translating human design as far as people told me. I have the 23.6, so yeah, this can be good because you stay to the thing, you don't try to make up something new. And even if it happens, you make a fusion that still has the same stuff before in it. So I don't know, but I can ask you, do you feel like it helps you for your plan? Would you like to try? Do you feel clarity? Do you feel mental clear about doing it and trying it? Have you tried to express with your throat, with you just, express something and see if this is a truth for you? Hello, Bruno. Welcome to this live. So I can say this 4323 is pretty good in explaining things. So maybe it's pretty good in it translating. And I mean, Rauru had this channel and he he metamorphized inner knowing into language. This is what this channel is about anyway. So I guess, yeah. Christine says a somatic tell revealing the sacral response. No. Yeah, somehow this can happen. Yeah. Ray What's your unconscious Jupiter brand? Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, please connect with each other, I love that. Please connect with each other and see what happens, This can be magical. Okay. One of the pe peculiarities of my chart is that all of my channels are half conscious, half unconscious. So all of your channels are unconscious. Do you have anything to add about the nature of such channels? Robin, okay. The thing is, the moment a channel has red and black, in the sense of a gate is black and the harmonious gate is red, it's always unconscious. So an example would be, let's say there is a 22 that is red and there's a 12 that is black. So you would have the definition of 1222, the channel of openness. Your mind would see, okay, yeah, I can express emotions and they are individual and they sometimes burst out and they make impact. Okay. And I know that I'm cautious with what I speak about. Yeah. Okay. But where do the emotions come from? Your mind cannot see it. It's unconscious. It cannot have access into it or for it in the now. But retrospectively, you can observe and sense or see it. Like, this was the 22 kicking in. Aha, interesting. And if you use the chart, obviously, you will see it. This is the big advantage we have with human design. We don't need to go to a psychotherapist with I don't know how many sessions to find out what is the unconscious. No, we right away can see a value in the chart that we can experiment with, ask people about it, retrospectively think about, ponder, I don't know, write it, I don't know, whatever your technique is or what's correct for you. So yeah, that means your whole chart is unconscious, all your centers will be unconscious too. That's why I decided for bodygraph IO to display unconscious centers in red and conscious in black, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Everything that is unconscious is your mind tries to control it much more than the unconscious because it has access, because it can identify, because it has an idea about it. It's like, this is this, it should be this, it should only be this. Jill says, is a heart inner authority similar to sacral? No. The sacral center is the only center that has enduring energy that is refilling itself after regenerating. And it has much more force. It's life force. It's literally the force of life, of every plant, of every cell, of every tree, of every bee. The ego heart center is literally like the heart. It makes boom, boom, break, boom, boom, break. The heart is willpower. You cannot always use willpower. You need breaks. You need pauses. We only have vacation, holiday, and time limits in work because of the ego. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this. Otherwise, if it's a generator planet, only generators, without any defined ego in this world, we would work all the time. Work, 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 work. Like insects. They work and work and work and work and work, and then they only don't work when they cannot work anymore. They go into the infinite. A bee doesn't have vacation, holiday, or whatever. No. They don't relax on the pool and drink, I don't know, pina colada. This is us humans. We have this. And if you have a defined ego center, you need vacation. You need breaks. You cannot always use this energy. You're not here to generate. Generating is only for generators. Projectors, manifestors, reflectors are not here to generate. The projector is here to coordinate this generative force. The manifestor is to initiate this generative force, and the reflector is here to judge this generative force, or maybe see where the generative force is standing in the global sense. Ray says, I have 1949, 4426, 1333, and I'm a Rex of 4 ways. Yeah, the principal trickster who's listening and is doing his own way and expressing history. By being egoistic enough to know how to manipulate the tribe to buy something that is already existing, but reframing it into something new that will bring them safety in the tribe so they can follow and enter the mysterious path. That was a little keynoting. Interesting, yeah. Pearl sequence, this and that. Yeah, this is maybe for Jonathan. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Kerstin. Welcome. Jill, in terms of immediate yes-no response, I mean. Well, the ego heart center doesn't have a sound. No, it doesn't have a sound. When for example, the tribal circuitry, when we talk about the charts, we have streams of awareness. And the tribal circuit is the only circuit that doesn't have expression on or through the throat center. Even though we have the 24, 40, 45, but the expression of a potential, of the drive, of a possibility, of the stream, for example, the stream of sensitivity, 1949 on the right side through the solar plex, 3740, stream of sensitivity. This can only be expressed through touch. Through touch. That's why ego beings are non-communicative. It's touch and smell. It's affection. It's very different. The 2145, yes, it's communicative. So for you will have no response. You will have an urge inside of you. And it doesn't need an outside stimulation. It's not like that somebody comes, oh, Jill, you want to do this? No, you don't need this. You will know what you want before anything. I want this. Oh, my voice just said I want this, so maybe it's correct for me. I want to have this. I don't want to have this. I want to do this. I want to go there. This is your inner authority. It's not responsive in that sense because it's manifesting. And for sure, on the deepest level, it is reactive because we are all reactive, but it's not responsive in the sense that it's dependent on an outside question or stimulation like the generator. Not at all. Manipulating the tribe. Yeah, right. This is a beautiful channel, the 4426. This is a channel of capitalism, This is a channel that really sells the tribe something old, but is sneaky and tricky enough to sell it as new and improved, It's amazing. It's a great potential. It's a great potential, especially in the tribe where you are, because there's all these principles. It's a tribe where you are, There's rules and this and that. And you want to bring in something new? No, you need to pack it into something that is already existing, a kind of packaging that people can take. So that the tribe is open for it. And what you will bring is you bring the tribe the possibility to survive the future, because without this new thing, the tribe would die out, right? The tribe would only stick to its principles and then the tribe wouldn't even use computers now. Because we never use computers and we will never, because we just use paper and pen and. But every now and then there is somebody like you who can creatively manipulate the tribe to be, open for a transmission. Miko, keynote me, please. Okay. 81, 214, 40, 37. So on response, you will be somebody who has the resources or generate resources, generate the key for other people and for yourself to go into a new direction where you will be touched by beauty or ugliness, what makes you become a role model that is creative and mutates others by expressing yourself in the now when you gain clarity in the wave by sitting with people, eat with them, touching them, hugging them, and then retreating, being alone. And from this place of aloneness, going back to the pulse, where you again become this creative role model that gains resources, has power skills to share them with your tribe, works for the tribe, and actually empowers others for community and friendship. Okay. Very interesting. 214, lucky all day long. 214, yeah. It's an interesting channel. Interesting channel. It's a tantric channel, you know. Who of you knows why it's a tantric channel? You're welcome, Miko. Hey, Ruth. Hope you're good. Who of you knows why the 14.2 is a tantric channel? $5.15, $29.46, also tantric channels, yes. But why? Why are they called tantric channels? 3410, no, it's not a tantric channel. 3410 is centering. It's not really tantric, no. But as far as I know. It's called tantric channel because it's the work on the self. This is what Tantra is about, the work on the self. So generators are here to work on their self, okay? You can look at the bodygraph in micro and macro. You know, the generator is here to work on themselves. They are here to know who they are. They are here to explore who they are. They are here to have a rhythm. They are here to bring the world into a flow. They are here to have the resources. They are here to bring us into a new direction. They are here to commit. They are here to finish things. They are here to focus and concentrate. They are here to reproduce and take care of the children. They are here to bring the values. They are here to bring friction so we can all grow. They are here to bring maturity into life. This is all generator business. You know, if there's anything of this and you are a manifestor or a projector or a reflector and you identify, oh, but I'm here for this too. No, you're not. This is generator business. Let the generators do this. They're made for this, obviously, depending on the charts, you know. But in general, if you would keynote just what is a generator? Miko, something about the connection of the sacral and chi, the higher self connection. Yeah, it has to do with this, yeah. Christine, 214 leads the way for good or for bad. Yeah, yes and no. The 214 is actually more the energy that a direction can take place. Leading happens in the 1.8 or the 731 or the 1333. You know, the 731 says, I think we should go there because I looked at the map and this seems logically right to go there. The 1333 says, I remember we came from here, so we should go there. The 1.8 says, I don't know what you're talking about, but I have a knowing that after when we go here, I will go there. You can come with me, but I will go now. They just go, but they inform and let others follow. And then there's these two other channels that are not classical leading channels. The 1020, the 1020 just disappears, you know, doesn't inform nothing. It's just and gone. And the 2145 says, I have the map, but let's share the food together and then I will lead you out of this misery. You know, tribal. I need to be the king. Let me be the king and you will have a safe land. Yeah, and in terms of Wa, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's different. But in terms of law, it's also 2145 is included in this, but in the sense of a normal, not in the sense of a channel, normal aura form, personal aura form, not group forms. Yeah. But, this is very different things, was and pentas and yeah. Okay. I guess for me, it's enough. It's almost 2 hours. My voice says it's fine. Thank you very much for joining this live. Thank you very much for being subscribed to my Substack. Please feel invited and share the Substack if you enjoyed. Recommend it to your friends. Also, if you like, you can check out my new Gumroad page. I will just put it here for you. I would love to receive some feedback on that. learnhumandesign.gumroad.com. Please check it out, learnhumandesign.gumroad.com, because there's also an affiliate option. So even if you say, I don't want to buy something, I already bought something, and I know that you teach good, blah, blah, blah. If you need something to recommend, you can get an affiliate, become an affiliate there. You get 12% of every sale, doesn't cost you anything. And thank you very much for all your support and for your time. I'm very happy to have you as a subscriber. And let's see, maybe next month we'll meet again. And have a nice weekend, nice Saturday evening or Sunday morning, depending on where you are. And bye for now.